let's get into it. Now, as we all know, if you're a women's college basketball fan or just fan of basketball, period, that Kiyomi McMiller from Rutgers, the sensational freshman guard, was suspended for the USC game. Now, this matchup would have been pretty cool, even though I think USC would have beaten Rutgers handily. They beat them by what, 50, but they would have beat them by 20 or 30, even with Kiyomi. But I think I just want to see how she would play against some bigger teams. They've been playing kind of the small teams, and unfortunately, we didn't get the chance to see that because of something that happened the game before that Kiyomi was playing. McMiller was playing. She was benched the game before the USC game, and nobody knew that she wasn't going to play in a USC game until she went on her Twitter and said that I'm sorry to my fans, basically, that I'm not going to play in this game. Coach Peace Washington decided not to play me. Now, that was you usually don't see that because a lot of players and coaches keep things like that close to the chest, and or I guess the players or the coaches tell the players not to do certain things on their social media. That's why a lot of coaches don't want players to have social media. And she said that a few hours before the game, so she kind of told everybody what was going on. Was from rumors that she got into it with some teammates. It's also, they said she got into it with her teammates on the floor. She got into it with the coaches and her teammates, and it's kind of been an ongoing thing with her and her attitude. Now, of course, you had some supporters. Oh, that was wrong. They set her down. It's an important game. Why would she do that? But sometimes you have to show discipline. You had to let a player know that you're not bigger than the actual team, that you're just one part piece, no matter how good of a piece you are. She is a star. Her handles is almost like Kyrie Irving, but you still have to have discipline. She's only 18 years old. She's a freshman, and you have to learn that you have to listen to your coaches. And what better coach to listen to than Coach Washington? Now, if you follow the WNBA, she's a player for the Washington Mystics. And so Kiyomi is trying to get where Coquise was already at some years back. And she did the right thing. When you have a problem with certain things, you have to listen to your coach. You cannot let a player know that she's bigger than the team. So it was a good decision to sit her down. Now, did it hurt? Yes. They still would have lost, but it still hurt. And the fans wanted to see Juju against Kiyomi, even though they don't play the same position. You want to see the two stars represent women's college basketball. That didn't happen. She goes on social media and hinting that she might transfer. Her father said that she's going to stay, and some people speculate that that was a troll account and somebody hacked her. Basically, that wasn't her that was saying all these things, but she liked some of the things that was said. So who knows? And this remind me, she had to humble herself because she could be blacklisted. She could blacklist herself, basically. As talented as she is, what coach wants to coach a player that don't want to listen, that undermines the coach's decision, who allow you to be a disruption to your teammates and to the coaching staff in general and to the program? She was highly recruited. She She had some people recruit her, but some people backed out. Um, for what I know now, and doing some research, she has some issues with her attitude, and it's kind of scared some coaches away. Coquise gave her a chance at Rutgers. This is not the Vivian Stringer Rutgers. This is kind of like a rebuild. And so she gave her a chance, brought her in. And a lot of players, a lot of people say that she reminded them of Kennedy Carter. Now, Kennedy Carter came back last year from the WNBA. She's very talented. Has handles just like she might be like Kiyomi. Handles like Kiyomi, can shoot pretty good, could get her own shot, get to the basket as easy as anybody. Kennedy's problem was her perceived attitude. She was with the Sparks. She got into it with some teammates. She wanted to fight one of her teammates. She went to Atlanta Dream. She got into it with some teammates verbally, and she didn't want to listen. So at 23, she was at the league, even though she got drafted. She went overseas for a few years, came back last year with the Chicago Sky, and Teresa Weatherspoon gave her an opportunity to play. Now she's coming up on a free agent thing. Teams still have that hesitation about Kennedy Carter because some of the past things that happen with other teams. So Kiyomi don't want to end up like that. Now, at least Kennedy got drafted. If she keeps going down this route, Kiyomi will be in a JUCO. And who knows what happened after that, because any Division One team look at this situation and how she handled Coquise Washington's guidance, and they probably don't want to be burdened with that. And she will wind up in JUCO, and she'll lose her brand deal. A year before, well, 2 years before, well, a year and a half before, she signed with Jordan Brand in high school. So she has a brand. She calls herself the product. And I wonder if the next game is she's going to be suspended at least one more game. I don't know what conversation her and Coquise Washington had as far as her apologizing for her behavior, the understanding, but she needs to sit down and talk with not only with Kiyomi, but her parents. Her parents, from my understanding, also has some issue with her being suspended or set down for the game. The father and the mother has their opinions, and so they just had to sit down and hash it out and let not only Kiyomi understand and her parents understand that Coquise Washington is the coach of Rutgers, not Kiyomi and not her mother and father, or even her grandmother who has something to say. You have to let them know that you're the coach, and if that's not an understanding, as good as Kiyomi is, she has to walk. You have to let her go. If that's the case, what team will want a player as talented as she is with the attitude that is perceived that she has? So I'm trying to understand, is Kiyomi going to play next game? That they have a meeting of the minds, and as the product, she's going to be on the floor for the next game. So I just hope everything turned out good. I hope she learned her lesson and won't have to go down a road that's harder than what she's making it out to be. This is your coach. She is a former WNBA player. She can give you some guidance. And as much as you want to listen to your parents, you have to listen to the coach. Your parents are not the coach. She's the coach. That's her job to teach you that. And if you can't abide by those rules, you have to leave. And so I was doing some research, and I also noticed that um, Floyd Mayweather's not trainer, advisor. She has an advisor, Ellerby. I can't think of his first name. And he says disappointing. He's looking out for the brand. And right now, this is not about the NIL and your brand. This is about your attitude. You're not going to have a brand if they can't trust you to stay on the court. They don't pay you to sit on the bench. So you have to think about humbling yourself if you still want the NIL money. They're not going to go with a player with attitude who's not going to play because you have attitude. And Jordan Brand would drop you. And so it's a big get to have a Jordan Brand in high school. A lot of players right now don't have big name brands behind them. So you have to think about that. If you have to just do that to humble yourself to keep your NIL, that's what Kiyomi Miller should be doing. And the people around her, the adults, even Ellerby, has to advise her to play the game and humble yourself. But I think, well, I don't know. Behind the scenes, I'm sure he's telling her something different. Of course, in the spotlight, he's trying to make a tough face, but you can't make a tough face when you're not following the rules. You can't make that appropriate with what she's doing. Get into it with your teammates, not listen to your coaches, thinking you're going to do what you want to do. And so I think another reason why she's not at a bigger school is right now, like I said, Rutgers is going through a transition, a rebuild. Coquise Washington is her third season at Rutgers, and she's trying to build something. But right now, it's not the Rutgers of Bibby Stringer. And so Kiyomi has to not only be the brand for Jordan Brand, but be the reason why Rutgers is coming back. But she's not at UConn and she's not at SC because I think Coach Staley saw some things that she didn't like and she kind of backed away from her. She was getting looked at for a little bit. And she went on a podcast. She's still young. And she said, I cannot play the style of UConn or SC where if it's an open shot, I'm going to take the open shot. She says a player on there that on South Carolina that don't take the open shots. She passes up on shots. And I assume that's a dig at Raven Johnson. And that could be another reason why Don didn't recruit her. Her and Raven are very close. She needs to take a page from Raven and learn how to humble yourself. Learn that it's we and not I. Learn to sacrifice your game because people look at Raven, oh, she's not good. She sacrificed her game. She's a 4-time high school champion. She had high accolades coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. And so she's no slouch. And so Kiyomi can learn something from her. But Kiyomi seemed like, I want to get my stats. I don't think she wants to win. Because the first thing she said, I'm going to just take that shot if it's open. But sometimes it's a better shot than your shot. Sometimes your teammates have a better shot. And I don't think she understood what Raven was doing. Sometimes I'm not going to I don't need to score that particular basket. I can give it to my teammates. And Kiyomi need to learn that. So Kiyomi can learn a lot from Raven instead of kind of throwing shots at her. We know who she was talking about when she said SC and open shots and her not taking the shots. Raven Johnson in 2023 when she was playing Caitlin Clark in Iowa, a lot of times she passed on the shots, but not because she was afraid of the shots. She wanted to get her teammates involved. And that's how you win. You have to trust your teammates. And she said she went to Rutgers or didn't decide to go to certain teams because she wants to just take all the shots. And that's good if your team is winning. So she's young. Hopefully she get herself together. If she don't, she could wind up blackballing herself. No major teams will want her. She probably couldn't get a Division II offer. not only a Division I offer, but a Division II offer. So she wind up in JUCO or wind up just leaving college altogether, then that could lead to other things that's not good for you as a young player. So you're in a good situation, Kiyomi and Miller. You just have to listen to Coach Queese Washington. She's older person who been in the WNBA, went through some of the things you went through as far as being a young college player. There's no reason not to listen to her. You want to get to the tournament and win as many games as you can. And that's more fun, and I hope you think that's more fun than you scoring all the points. Winning should be a priority for you too. So, I hope she get it together. That's all I want to talk about. This is Miss D for 6 Women Sports. I'm out.